So we will look at we were looking at these three terms in the domain of testing, or rather in connection with testing. And I just wanted to know the difference of the. What do you think is the relationship between evaluation and testing? If anyone can answer this, I'll be very happy. Evaluation and testing. We know that evaluation is more general. We do that almost every day. So, and testing is something which you do at the end of something. We connected this with one, in fact, Ramchandran gave a very good example. We connected this with one particular term. Terminal, very good. Terminal means at the end of something. அதான் ஏர்போர்ட்லயும் டெர்மினல் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அதோட முடிஞ்சது. அதுக்கப்புறம் ஏர்கிராஃப்ட் தான். That's why it's called a terminal. Where something ends. Roughly speaking, terminal means where something ends. Okay. So, what is the relationship between evaluation and testing? Anyone? Which is more general? Evaluation is more general. So, testing is a test should be. Okay. So, let me give you the answer. Yeah. A test is more formal. A test is not as informal as evaluation. A test should be part of your evaluation. Okay? A test is usually part of I'll just write it here. Or testing is a part of evaluation. Testing is a part of evaluation. Because evaluation is something that you do almost on a daily basis, on a regular basis. This is because we keep on evaluating. Why are you like this? Are you tired? That's an evaluation. That we keep on, we find out the value of that of a thing or of a person or what is happening. Evaluate. Okay. Now let us look at one more term. Okay. Namely, today is what? 22 years. Okay, 2026. Okay, so let us look at what we mean by. So ultimately, a test is conducted terminally, and my philosophy. Let me be very clear when I say this philosophy. You would not have found me conducting a test at all. A teacher should conduct a test only when he or she feels that the students are ready for the test. Okay, so first thing, let me tell you. Are the students ready? Are the students ready? This is the question that has to be asked. Can I test you now on this? I cannot. I need not. Sir, what should be done, sir? If the pressure is there on the teacher, but please don't impose it in your schools or colleges. They are going to have a particular schedule. Ultimately, என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? டெஸ்ட் நடத்திட்டு இருப்போமே தவிர கிளாஸஸ் நடத்த மாட்டோம். மோர் அண்ட் மோர் கிளாஸஸ் நீ எவ்வளவு நீ தியரியை கேட்கறியோ, எவ்வளவு நீ கிளாஸஸ் இது பண்றியோ அவ்வளவு நல்லது. ஒரு விஷயத்தை 4 விதமா கேட்கணும். You need at least, you should listen to something 2 or 3 times in 2 or 3 different ways. Only then you will understand what is going on. So my philosophy is, are the students ready? This is the first question that you should ask. Okay? You will, I feel, I'm sorry, I'm going into philosophy. Are the students ready? Teacher எப்படி தெரியும்? Teacher எப்படி கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது? How will the teacher find out? Or how will the teacher know? Tell me, how will the teacher know? Anybody can answer this question. That's teacher feeling. That's the teacher feeling. So that is where I am sorry. So I'll write it here. The teacher knows. The teacher knows. The teacher knows. One is ready. The second question that should be asked is, ask the students if they are ready. The next question that I feel that should be asked, okay? The next question that should be asked is, are the students ready? Ask the students if they are ready. You understand the difference? Ask the students inferiority. See, obviously the student is going to say no. I don't believe in that. You can always ask the students if they are ready. Illa sir, I missed 3 classes. எனக்கு அது மட்டும் நான் கொஞ்சம் நான் நோட்ஸ் திரும்பி இந்த ரெண்டு கேள்வியும் கேட்டுட்டே இருக்கும். So what I feel is have it at the end of the semester, end of the story. The rest of it can be purely evaluation, can be oral examination, can be oral tests. Why do we not Viva alone? Viva is justifying your writing, Dagana. Viva is where you justify your written work. That's not needed. All that you can do is easily, have this, oral test. So what do you fear? Come on, define evaluation. When do you think a test should be conducted? Otherwise, just to mark podama pannalame. Why should everything be marks based? Have one test at the end of the semester which will decide everything. End of the school. Probably one model and one final. Other தவிர weekly test, daily test, weekly test, weekend test இப்படின்னு பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தா that is good only for, I'm not good, I would say that is followed only, or that can be effective for entrance examinations where you are going to அது மட்டும் தான் நீ பார்க்க போற, இந்த சப்ஜெக்ட் பார்க்க மாட்டேன். And there is a very clear cut thing, there's a very clear cut difference between preparing for the examination and preparing yourself for the subject. நான் CVT PG பாஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன், நான் AS பாஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன், எனக்கு இங்கிலீஷ் வரும் இல்ல, நீ இங்கிலீஷ் தனியா கத்துக்கணும். So getting through an examination and preparing yourself well in a subject are two different things. They are two different skill sets. Be very clear. அதுக்காக இதுல நல்லவன் அந்த பண்ண மாட்டானா, நல்ல பண்றவன் இதை பண்ண மாட்டான் அப்படி கிடையாது. இது ரெண்டும் ஒண்ணு நினைக்காது. Don't think preparing for an examination and preparing yourself for a subject are the same thing. Okay, so we'll talk about that later. So let us look at this particular term. This is the third term that we are going to look at in connection with testing, and that is assessment. So what is assessment? Can anyone tell me? Assessment la enna endha vaarthai namba, what do you feel? So this is clear, up here is clear. Evaluation is general, testing is specific. Testing is a part of evaluation, testing is more formal. Okay, all this I think you can manage. Okay, yes or no? Testing is usually terminal at the end of something. So we were joking about it, no? At the end of 2 pages, test. If you have completed 2 pages, 3rd page, test. 1 chapter is over, chapter wise, test. Adu idiliyum undu, but other informal akunda. So be very clear. So test na vandukuna, what are we trying to do? What are we trying to do? I say, no ma, in the test நீ எடுத்துக்கணும்னா, இந்த டெஸ்ட்ல யாரெல்லாம் ஃபெயில் ஆறாங்களோ they will not sit for the revision examination. What am I converting it into? அந்த pressure நான் என்ன பண்றேன்? So for example, let us take NEET or JEE test. What has it become? It has become a what is it? High stakes test. What is the high stakes test? It is connected to, if I'm right, it is connected to horse racing. Stake na puriyadha? Stake means what I have, எனக்கு இல்ல என்ன கெயின் பண்ணனும் அப்படிங்கிறது பாப்போம். So என் குழந்தை, this is one big mistake that we do. And high stakes opposite என்னமா? They're trying to convert this into load. Everything is not loaded here. Everything should not be decided by just one test. And this is not your only opportunity. Yes, we make a big deal of this CUT, PG and all that, but that doesn't mean that is the be all and end all. Those who want to do it. Those who cannot do or are not interested, don't do it. No issues. I don't want that to be a high stakes test. Okay, and over and above this also people get MA. So don't worry. There should always be options available to you. So let's come to assessment. What is assessment? An assessment, yes. Yeah, what is an assessment? Can anyone? What is there in this term, in this word that is familiar? What is assess? Oh. Okay, what does assess mean? The verb to assess. To assess something. Yeah, so what does it mean? Verify, very good. வேற என்ன? Verify சொல்லலாம். முக்கியமா ஒரு வார்த்தை இருக்கு. There's one term that is very important or that's connected to this. Anybody can answer that. When you conduct an assessment or when you say I'm assessing something, you are measuring the performance of your student. Okay, measure. Please note down this. You measure the performance of a student. Okay, of a testee of a student. Okay, testee is when any person taking the test is called as a testee or assessment vachinu sollu. Come out with the word assessment vachinu sollu. A person who is being assess பண்றவங்க, if you are taking an assessment or if you are being if you are going through an assessment, what will you be called? Assessee. So the person who is doing it will become the assessor. Okay, assessee or testee. This is not very common. This is very common. Testee. So you measure the performance of a student or of a testee, and the results of such a procedure will determine whether that person goes to the next level or not. That is assessment. We look at this in detail. I know that the bell has run. Thanks a lot for your focused listening. So we'll meet in the next class, which is tomorrow. Am I right? And we'll continue with this. Thanks a lot.